Hello, hello, and welcome to my new YouTube series called Blueprint Tuesday. In this series, I am going to build a blueprint for a flat ride or just a building or some shops or probably a very, very small coaster every Tuesday here on this channel. And yeah, that's basically what this series is about, so nothing too complicated. In this series, we will build a flat ride skin in the Toskana style for this spinning flat ride. I forgot the real name actually. Something with C it was called. Colisio or something like that. I'm not quite sure. Right now you can see me putting down the foundation of the building with the help of these furnaces. So we can add this small wall texture to the side of the flat ride so we don't see this red stuff all around it. And yeah, we will basically build a skin that really fits close to the flat ride itself. I've never really done this before in such a manner. I build cover-ups for flat rides, so I adjust the roof or something like that. But I never tried to build real flat ride skins that theme the whole thing. Yeah, now you can see me adding the wooden beams that should secure the wall in some places. And this one is all about rotating in the right amount and to build the stuff in the right places, so it can go really, really fast. It's kept very simple, so I don't do anything too fancy here. And yeah, now I just try to add the wooden beams for the roof. What I actually notice in some time is that these wooden beams aren't centered to the building itself and to the flat ride itself, so I have to build a little trickier with the roof. And what I also notice is that I start out to build the roof too small, because now I measure it that so that the beams don't hit the ride like it is right now, but when I tested the first time I realized this one goes actually up, so it hits the flat ride and not the flat ride, the roof, how I built it, and I have to put it a little bit higher. The roof will be just some kind of boring round roof, like I already did in Adventure Planes. By the way, if you did not see that series, please check it out. I think if you like this one, you will like that even more. And there we already built a cover-up roof for one of our flat rides that had a very similar roof to this one. Not exactly the same, but still it was very similar. Now you can see me struggle with the gizmo, with the 3D gizmo, because I really had problems with aligning this wooden plank right to the whole roof thing. But in the end I got it right how I wanted it to be. But I think in-game it took me 10 to 15 minutes to only adjust the right direction for the wooden plank, and I think that's a little bit too much. There should be something worked out for that by Frontier, probably. I had something I wanted to talk about. Ah, yes, I know. What's new to my channel and social media stuff is that since yesterday I am active on Twitter and on Facebook. On Facebook you can find me under /GoodofulGaming for the Facebook site, and on Twitter I am at GoodofulGaming. So if you want to tell me something or want to contact me, you can try those both ways. And I will also post my videos there, or exciting news about the game, share awesome other builders I know, I watch and I enjoy, so those places are probably good to hang out too. Yeah, so now we got that off our chest. Let's go back to the building. Right now we are finishing the center part of the roof. Here we have to twist a little bit and trick a little bit to get it right, but I think it works quite well in the end. And what I really like is how this cover up here works, because until now I didn't like those triangle shapes on top of those roofs because they always looked so messy. And so now I just covered it up with another wooden plank, and ta-da, it looks fine. I know that's nothing very special, and I'm probably awing about something that isn't really worth it, but I like it, so let me. Now we are getting ready to rotate the roof, I think. Yes, we just prepare some lighting stuff. And this is something that I find really exciting about this Flatride skin, because it is not only in the looks how I made this one for the series, it is the functionality of the triggers. I actually added a trigger to this Flatride that puts the lights, the lanterns that we put on the beams, on while it isn't operating, so while the guests are getting on and off the ride. So it simulates in-game that the lights are only on when the ride isn't running, and when it's running, the lights turn off. That was a little bit tricky to get, but in the end, I made it that the lanterns are activated with the last sequence the ride does. That is a spin. And with a 20-second delay, because the spin is 20 seconds long. And after that, the lights are on for 60 seconds. That is the minimum and maximum time I set for the guests to get on and off the ride. So there shouldn't be any mess up stuff, that the lights are on too long and the ride starts before the lights turn off again. And then the ride starts while the lights are off. And I really like this kind of effect. It seems a little bit more realistic. Here you can see me trying to make every single lantern triggerable until I notice, oh, okay, I can't do it while I'm in multi-select, so I have to trigger every single one. And I'm not a smart man, because halfway through I realized, I could set the timer for 60 seconds while I'm adding the trigger, but I didn't, so I have to go another round. After we've done that, I think we're already getting into setting the trigger. Yes, we are. Now I'm selecting all the triggerable lamps, and what is kind of interesting, what I noticed in just a few seconds, is that firstly, here you can multi-select. Why not when activating the trigger? And you cannot multi-select by holding control. I have no idea why that is a good idea, but I have to do it with this box thingy. I can't click every individual one and use control to multi-select. Sometimes that would be nicer for precision, but hey, we don't need that. Okay, now you will see how the Flatride clips through the roof, and I will get rid of that quite soon. I will just lift up the roof, add a few more wooden beams, and then we're done for the roof. And something happened what isn't too dramatic in something like this series, because this is very short, and I think I only played 45 minutes to build this thing, or maybe an hour. But after I'm finished with setting the trigger and finishing the inner roof area here, my recording program stopped. It crashed, and I didn't notice while building, so I again lost footage. I see me becoming the lost footage guy here on YouTube. It's only 5 or maybe 10 minutes of building. I just built one plant and copied it around, and then built the backstage building for the operators, how they get into the Flatride area and out of it. You will see that in very short time. I think we are already there. Yeah, now you can see me adding all the trigger delays to 20 seconds, so everything works out. And then I think I'll test it once more, but you won't see that because I cut it, I think. Let's see. Spin and turn around, and yes, I did cut it. Now we have a small real-time part where I show you what I've done after the footage cut. I added the entrance and exit gate, so and aligned the fence with it. Here we have this small backstage area and backstage building. I added some lights to the outside too. Those I don't know how to call them. You know what I mean? Those pointy things there. Here again the backstage area. These planters, I really like them. They are very simple. And if your size is fitting, I found out a really nice earth texture for something like that. I will show you in just a second what it is. It is one of the candy sweets you can use in the game. I sunk them into here. Now you can see me showing you the close-up, and now I'm showing you what I mean. I don't know the exact name of it, but it's one of those big cake things turned upside down and put into the planters. So you have this earth texture without actually building the erasing the terrain. Here this concrete topping for the concrete beams. That is what's made out of this of the top of this planter. And the planter itself is made out of the furnaces again, which we have for the wall on the sides. Yeah, and now we're already done. So enjoy the real-time part of the thing going. I actually forgot to record the nighttime part where you can see the lights go on and off better, but I guess you have to check this out by yourself. And now I thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on next Sunday when Adventure Plains is out. Bye bye.